The idea was to destroy the body so completely that no one could ever make a positive identification. The location of the body in this seemingly remote area seems to indicate that the killers knew the region. If you take a look at a county map, you'll see that Barry Mills and Terry's trailer are not far from here if you use the back roads. Just behind me, 1.5 miles, is the intersection to Barry Mills and Stoddard. Ahead of me, only 3 miles, Highway 35, LaCrosse and Stoddard. The autopsy showed that Terry died only hours before her body was found here. But the nagging question remains, why would anyone want to kill her?
Very caring and friendly person. She was an ambitious person. She was a person with goals. She was about to obtain those goals. She was a very outgoing person. You could sit down and apparently have a conversation with her, and she would open up to you and talk to you. Very friendly person.
Investigators have often wondered if a serial killer may have been involved, but now that has been basically ruled out. They point out that there has been no other murder like this one reported in the United States or Canada. So investigators go back to the night Terry disappeared. Terry had just finished work at a downtown LaCrosse bar. Could she have been followed home? Neighbors reported a strange car in the area about that time. Russell himself had reported a prowler early Sunday morning, just days before Terry disappeared. Russell refused to talk about Terry on camera, but in a telephone conversation with me, he said he thought his fiancee's murder was the work of a nut. He said he thinks the trailer was staked out for several days. What he thinks goes like this. Russell told me he thought the trailer may have been staked out, and whoever did it knew he and Terry's habits. When Russell left for work that night, Terry may have let out the dog, as she always did. The dog may have been grabbed, and when Terry went looking for it, she was grabbed also. Police agree that if a weapon was used, that would explain the lack of any sign of a struggle on her part. Someone could have come to the door, pointed a gun at Terry, and Terry would have left without a struggle. Another theory, maybe Terry was stopped by someone when she was walking the dog. But here police wonder why they would have bothered taking the dog too. And if Terry and her dog were taken forcefully, why didn't anyone see or hear anything? Wouldn't the dog have barked? So the next theory, was the murderer someone who knew Terry or Russell? They both knew a lot of people. Both traveled the area, playing pool. Did Terry see or hear something she shouldn't have? Theories abound.
Well, we have many theories. Theories are interesting to develop, and they aid in your investigation on occasion. But people have different theories, and that's good. Theories are only good for that. People working on the case need to keep an open mind. That's why we don't rely totally on any one single theory. It's to keep an open mind.
Finally, Terry and Russell were going to be married in the fall of 1985, but when Terry disappeared, Russell was the first one questioned. Is he still a suspect?
I think at the point of this investigation, I believe we'll decline to name anyone as being a suspect in this case.
Although both the LaCrosse and Vernon County Sheriff's Department cooperated fully in presenting this report, there is still a lot of information they are holding back. After 4 years now, they believe the crime can still be solved because someone out there knows something. If this report has triggered your memory in any way, no matter how trivial it might seem, Crime Stoppers would like to hear from you. There is still a $1,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of Terry's killer. All information will be accepted, and you need not give your name.